Hello, it's Thursday, the 11th of May 2023. I'm down at the farm catching the breeze, having a very nice quiet hour. This is Move On Part 2. My case came today, or I say my case, it's just like a big canvas bag, if you like. In these photos, the models must be about 2 foot tall, because this bag looked like it came up to a chest. Me, doesn't even come up to my ankles. It does. It's about 24 inches. It is what it says. It's 24 inches. But when this model's carrying it, it looks like it's the size of the world. So yeah, case came today. I'll pack that over the weekend. My flight to Davao is on the 18th of May, which is this coming Thursday, a week today. So my final 7 days, 7-day countdown. From there, I plan to go to Panabo and try and retrieve this money that's owed. Who knows? Can only but try. I'll see what happens there. So, yeah, what I've done is I've looked at the route to the Manila airport, and it's a 6-hour sort of commute from here to Cape Pombo to SM North Metro to main heart of Manila, then a bus or taxi to the... Anyway, so what I've decided to do is I've booked a hotel for one night, Wednesday till Thursday. My flight's Thursday afternoon, and the last thing I want to do is not make my flight. So what I've done is I've booked a hotel for Wednesday night, about a mile from the airport, and I'll spend Wednesday, making my way. Like I say, all in all, with stops and rides and things, it's about five hours, and that's if you know where you're going. That's if you know the route. I mean, I don't know half these places where the buses stop, and it doesn't say every stop on the bus. Obviously, it'll say Cape Pombo to SM North, and that's what it'll say on the bus. Now, I don't know every stop in between. For example, I used to live in Scunthorpe, and the Scunthorpe to Hull bus, it went Scunthorpe, and it went to Winterton, through Wintringham, through South Ferriby to Barton, and Barton to Hessle, Hull, and there's all these stops in between, like Hessle, South Ferriby, Winterton, and you've got to know what villages are in between your stops and when to actually stop, and I don't know any of that, so it's all going to be trial and error. So I'm giving myself plenty of time. The last thing I want to do is miss my flight, so I'm going to give myself plenty of time to get there, have this one night in a very cheap sort of bed space hotel. That's all you need. Just want somewhere to hang my head for the night. Don't want nothing special. It's not like I need Sky TV or anything. There's Wi-Fi, so that's all you need. I'll watch a bit of TV on my phone, whatever you do. So yeah, that's my plan. I can't see me doing much between now and Wednesday. I might have one last walk to Cape Pombo in the week, Sunday or Monday. Might do that. Wash what needs washing on Monday, so it's dry by, well, if it's a day like this, it'll be dry in an hour, but make sure they're all nice, dry, ready to pack. Try and fit my fan in the bag. That's the most important thing. You can take my money, you can take my life, don't touch my fan. So that's basically what we're going with. Today's very quiet. It's a Thursday. Not much happening. Had a bit of a bad sleep last night. Went to bed about... I go to bed quite early, but I didn't sleep till about 11:30. Woke 1:30. Didn't go back to sleep till about 4:30. So a bit of a disruptive night. Not the best of sleeps. That's the way it goes. Got a lot on my mind at the moment about what the future's going to hold, what the future's going to bring. So that's how that's going to go. So I've only done 5 minutes, so I just want to fill this out a little bit. So let's open a topic, and that topic is going to be, let's think. That topic is going to be, did we land on the moon? Huh? What about that? Did we go to the moon in 1969? Many people believe not. I believe not. I do watch a lot of junk. Well, I say junk. I do watch a lot of things on YouTube about conspiracy theories, and everyone gets ridiculed. Tinfoil hat wearer, conspiracy theory, blah blah blah. But then you have a look, which, you know, people were ridiculing these people at a theory, and it turned out to be true. You know, you type in conspiracy theories that actually was true, and all these people were being called fools. It turns out they were true. So, anyways, I've watched a lot of footage on the the moon landings, and I don't think we went there. I mean, how do you guide a rocket? What was it? 3.3 million miles to the moon? I think it was. I mean, how do you guide a rocket to the moon? I mean, out there in space, there's no, it's vacuum. There's no, you know, you can't use a rocket thruster because there's nothing to, you know, push against, if you like, because it's just a vacuum. They say it's just a vacuum. I don't believe all they say about what's out there. I mean, the whole theory of the Big Bang, how it all started. At first there was nothing, and then an atom just appeared out of nowhere and expanded at such a rate and created the universe, the infinite universe. You know, like I say, it's infinite. They say it carries on forever. There's no stop. That's a very hard thing to grasp, you know. And I don't think there was a creator. As you know, if you see one of my early videos about Holy Week, I don't believe that there's a God. So I don't believe that was how we all became here. But then again, this moon landing thing, it can open up a whole can of worms, because I look at many, many things. And one of the things I look at is the theory of the flat Earth. Now, this gravity thing that says it's pulling down at 9.3 meters per second, the force of gravity is 9.3 meters per second. Now, a flat earther, they don't all believe the same thing. I've watched hours of. I ain't just glanced at a video and you know, gone from there. I've literally watched hours and hours and hours of footage about people's reasons behind why we think we're on the flat Earth. Now, if you ask a flat earther, the sun and moon is just right there. It's 6,000 miles. 6,000 miles away. So we could have gone to the moon if, in the sense of, if you think like a flat earther, it's only just right there, 6,000 miles, which would be easy to get to. But to go 3.3 million miles in a vacuum, in a rocket, it'd be very hard to have thrust. I mean, once you're up through low Earth orbit. See, another thing, if you watch these NASA videos, they still say to this day that we can't get out of low Earth orbit. And if you can't get out of low Earth orbit, there's no way we went to the moon. There's no way we went past low Earth orbit, which is where they claim their ISSs. Which, again, I've looked at hours and hours of footage about why they think the ISS is fake and they're not really up there doing what they say they're doing. this really does open up a can of worms. I don't want to, and everything conflicts. It's a very weird old subject. But the moon, did we go to the moon? I don't think we did. Not back then. And to have radio contact, albeit there was a delay, of course, but to have radio contact in that era, is, I can't even get a mobile signals in the field, let alone in 1969 having more or less live contact with someone millions and millions of miles away. Don't think it happened. I really don't. This might offend some people. There's people saying, "How dare you insult the astronauts?" and they risk their lives. And again, they say there's what's called a Van Allen radiation belt surrounding the Earth, and they say you simply can't pass through it. You look, you YouTube or Google whatever you want, the Van Allen radiation belt that they claim surrounds the Earth, and they say it's insurpassable. The radiation would just wipe you out within, as soon as you touch the belt, so to speak. Yet we went through it not once but twice, and then how many missions were there? 8? I don't even know. I can't even remember. But we went through it, not just once. They claim we went to the moon many times, and every time you have to pass through that belt twice. Now, if such a belt exists, I don't know. If such a experience exists, I don't know. But not researching. It's not exactly research. It's not something I've sat down and wrote down and calculated. I've just watched a lot of hours of YouTube footage. These claims that it was a hoax, and they say, how can the millions of people at NASA be in on it? Well, I don't think there was. I think they believed what they were doing was the mission. They all these millions of people. I mean, if a million people, there would be a whistleblower by now. Someone would say, yeah, it was fake. If a million people were in on it, but I think it was just the higher echelons of the space world that were in on it. When all these people at NASA doing all the calculations, I think they believed they were doing what they thought was going to the moon. I don't believe there's a million people in on the conspiracy theory. But bottom line, moon landing, don't think it happened. And if this offends people that think that it did, I'm sorry, but we're all entitled to an opinion. And like I say, I follow his channel called Simon Dan. I don't know if anyone else does, but he debunks all flat earth theories. But he doesn't really debunk them. He talks in a very cool, collective. He don't have any evidence to prove what he's doing. No evidence to back up all his claims. He just speaks with a very calm voice and very, and everyone follows his every word. He's got a lot of followers. I had an argument with him in the comments section once, and he pinned my argument to the top of the comments. He actually pinned it. And I had so many of his followers attack me. About 100 of his followers, all at me. And the people, why aren't you replying? Because I've got about 100 people attacking me, and that's why I'm not replying. I can't reply to you all. But I was on my own trying to fight my corner, and I had 100 of his sheeple followers all attacking me. But I think I held my corner okay. Anyways, not long after that, my other YouTube, this is a fairly new YouTube account with my other email. I had to make a new one because my account got banned. and I think it was something to do with him, because we had a few arguments, you know. But I don't believe, A, we went to the moon, and B, that what we're being told about space is, and I don't know why they would lie, or, you know, what they get out of it and what they gain. There obviously is something to gain. But I don't believe everything they're telling us what's out there is actually what's out there. I mean, for years and years and years, they told us, there's the sun, here's all the planets that revolve around the sun. You got planet, and they all revolve around the sun. Now, in the recent last couple of years, they now claim the sun is flying through infinite space at X miles an hour, dragging in its wake all the planets. Yeah, they're still circling the sun, but they claim the sun isn't stationary now, and we aren't stationary going round the sun. They now claim that the sun is flying through infinite vacuum of space, dragging in its wake all the planets. Yeah, we're still circling the sun, but that's how they claim it is now. even though since the dawn of time they claimed that it was the sun sits there, all the planets go around the sun. And now all of a sudden they claim it's not like that. It's very different. They're trying to teach that way now, and I don't know. They're not. I don't believe that everything out there is how they say it is. For this, all these Milky Ways and galaxies and the infinite. There is no end, and it is just full of Milky Ways, galaxies. It's just there's so many stars and planets out there. It's unbelievable. And this all came from what was once just a nothing. And when this atom that just came out of nowhere in the dark, vast, infinite vacuum of space, they claim this atom, you know, just like, they call it the Big Bang. It wasn't a bang. This atom just like expanded at such a rate, spewing out stars and planets and Milky Ways and galaxies and blah, blah, blah. Within seconds, they reckon, like, within seconds, it created already what we see here, and everything just like spewed out and expanded. That's a very hard thing to grasp, you know. I mean, who knows how life started, how time started, how Earth became a habitable planet. It just so happens that we're just perfectly just far away from the sun to not be burnt to death. Our atmosphere is just the right to provide oxygen that we breathe. You know, everything is perfected on Earth so we can survive. I mean, there's a lot of people don't believe there's these other planets. They say they're dead stars. There is no other planets. Some people, and a flat earther. Not we don't. Well, I say we. I'm not really a die-hard flat earther, but they say that not everyone believes the same. Some people believe this. Some people believe that. Not everyone believes one thing. Like the globe believer believes. All globers believe the Earth is a globe, and everything that they tell us in the books and about how the Earth started, they believe all of that, and they all believe the same thing. Now, a flat earther, they all have different. Not all. Not everyone doesn't believe a different thing, but they have many different sort of theories about how things are on the flat Earth. I've watched hours of footage. I mean, if you get a chance, there's a video. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. It's very hard to find these things now. At one point, they sort of cleared cleared all these things out because it was getting a bit too popular, which again makes me think, well, why have they cleared them out? Why can't you put them as a thing to watch? But there's a bloke called Eric Dubay, D-U-B-A-Y, Eric Dubay, and he is like Mark Sargent. You got Eric Dubay, Mark Sargent. These are all die-hard flat earthers. And if you look up Eric Dubay and watch his 200 proofs that Earth is not a spinning ball, I mean, a lot of them are the same. If you group them all together, there's about 100 things, not 200, because he does mention a few things which are virtually the same every time. But you look at them and you think, do you know what? That's got some credibility to it. Wow, 20 minutes. 20-minute video. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to round this up. Again, they say a ship disappears over the horizon, but what it is, it's perspective. If you see a ship and you think it's going over the horizon, and then you get a telescope and zoom in on this ship, it'll all come back into view. It's just like, it's all to do with the perspective of the eye, where it looks like the water's coming up over, but then you zoom in with a telescope and it all comes back to level again. And they claim the curvature. If you do the curvature calculator, it'll tell you the Earth, obviously, if it's round, it dips X amount of feet every X amount of miles. And they've proved that doesn't work. Plus, not only if you stand at a bay where, or the sea, the ocean, whatever, and you can see for miles and miles and miles around, there's no mountains or anything in your way, it's just pure horizon. Why doesn't the horizon bend that way? They say the curvature goes over, and it does dip at some point. So why doesn't it dip that way? You can look down there for 100 miles and look down there for 100. Well, the eye doesn't see 100 miles, I know, but as far as the eye can see, you can look that way, and as far as the eye can see, you can look that way, and it's all level. Now, it should obviously be curved that way. Not only that way over the horizon, it should also be curved that way if it's round, if the Earth's a ball. I don't know. All very confusing. That's something to think about. Leave your comments telling you hate me because I'm a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther, but some of these things are credible. You know, they say something and you think, you know what? Well, I never thought of it like that, but yeah. So take a look. YouTube some flat earth things. Have a little look at, you know, fake ISS footage, what they claim is fake ISS footage, and yeah, and you'll sort of think, well, hang on, I never thought of it like that, but yeah, there is some credibility to that. Anyways, there's my little video for today. Like I say, today's Thursday. A week today, I'll be on the plane to Davao, and then an hour's bus ride to Panabo. Have a week or two there, see how that goes. Try and get that little bit of money that's owed to me, which is not a little bit. I could really do with it at the moment. Like, really do with it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, that's life. Welcome to life. Let's see how far we get. Enjoy your day. Have a good one. Like and subscribe. My TikTok is at JarvisCocker3 if you want to look at my TikTok. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. See you later.